Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to discuss why I feel as though Peril and Clay should not be shipped. I feel like this is not talked about in the fandom nearly as much as it should be, and they're usually portrayed in maps and fan art as being a couple. As much as I love both characters, they should not be shipped. This video contains spoilers for the Dragonette Prophecy and some ones for Escaping Peril, so please keep that in mind. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Clay and Peril should not be shipped, at least with my interpretation of the characters. Peril has suffered a lot of trauma and mental abuse throughout her life, especially after being adopted by Queen Scarlet. She was forced to kill her other dragons in the arena so many times, to the point where she never felt remorse for it, and was used to being called a killer. The only dragons she was surrounded by were Queen Scarlet, the psychopathic queen, her subjects that were absolutely terrified of Peril and avoided her at all costs, and the soon-to-be-dead fighters in the arena. The only sane dragon she grew up alongside was Osprey, but in the end she even lost him. Peril had no good influences her entire life until she met Clay. Clay was the actual first normal dragon Peril ever met, and he felt bad for her. It was the first time she actually had someone feel sympathetic towards her, and Clay was kind enough to forgive her whenever she wronged him. But the problem was, this wasn't love. Clay has the same platonic love towards all his friends, and treats them the way he does for Peril. But since she had never experienced actual love, Peril confuses the difference between a platonic act of kindness and a declaration of love. This is a serious problem, as Clay has been shown to not have affectionate love for Peril. He would do anything to protect her and cares for her dearly, but it's the same kind of love he shows towards his friends. That's just who Clay is. But with Peril being unable to tell the difference, it leads to her feeling borderline obsessed with Clay, constantly choosing her actions on what he would want for her to do. This is okay when done in moderation, especially because it has been shown to make Peril a much more loving dragon, but it ends up taking her entire headspace. This is when it becomes a complete obsession. It's not Peril's fault at all. She's actually trying to stop following Clay around everywhere and trying to impress him, as shown in Escaping Peril. So it makes me kind of irritated at times when the fandom ships them together, because Peril literally has been trying her hardest to distance herself because she knows Clay doesn't feel the same way. She's trying to determine whether it's love or friendship, and she's coming closer to the answer. Peril is even ashamed of how jealous she is of Clay's friends, and has been trying to change that. Though she'll never really have a taste of normalcy due to her fire scales and other dragons' preformed opinions of her, Peril is trying her best. As shown in Escaping Peril, she's purposely trying to determine what her own thoughts are, rather than just what Clay would want her to do, and how she can think better in situations and not resort to violence. I don't think she'll ever truly recover from her childhood, but at least Peril is actually attempting to change her perception of things. She's been distancing herself away from Clay in a healthy way, trying to think her own thoughts, and has been making friends. Turtle's interactions with Peril were some of my favorite moments of her book, because it shows just how far the Skywing has come in terms of making her own decisions. And with Scarlet gone, now Peril is really on the route to a normal life, surrounded by dragons who actually care for her. Though she'll never stop loving Clay, I'm thankful to see that she has slowly started to realize that it is platonic love, now that she understands what true friendship is. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I know this is sort of a hot take, and not many people will agree with this, but it's something that really bothers me in the fandom, because Peril is really trying to do better. In no way do I find it okay for Peril and Clay to be shipped, as Clay just finds their relationship platonic, and has been extra kind to her in an attempt to make her understanding of what love is, and that Peril is completely obsessed with him in an unhealthy way. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!